A beautiful morning to you. You're welcome to another exciting edition of ATN Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. Today's edition of the show promises to be, very exciting as we're going to take a look at, one man who has done so well, of course, for Africa and in Europe. No other than the man Mohamed Salah. He is the first player in the English Premier League history to score at least 40 goals in two different seasons. Impressive, award, of course, for the man. And we're going to take a look at his goal-scoring prowess, since he started playing football. It promises to be an exciting one this morning, and we'll urge you to sit tight as, of course, we'll unravel all that you need to know about Mohamed Salah this morning. We'll take a break, and we will come back. We'll dive straight into the life of Mohamed Salah this morning. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to C Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. And of course, we told you we're talking about one man who has done Africa proud and also the world, no other than the man Mohamed Salah. Before we take a look at, of course, what Salah has done this time, joining me this morning to take a look at, the exploits of Mohamed Salah is no other than Otto Lugard. Good morning to you, Otto Lugard, and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning, and it's always a pleasure to be here. in Atlantic TV.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. Let's quickly take a look at the life of Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah was born June 15, 1992 at Bayonne, Egypt. He's an Egyptian soccer player known for his prolific scoring, which made him an invaluable contributor to both the English Premier League and the Egyptian national team. Salah was born to middle-class parents in Bayonne, Egypt, north of Cairo. As a youth, he idolized such professional football players as Brazilian Ronaldo and French Zidane, whose move he tried to emulate during pick-up games. Let me come to you. How did Salah's, early life, talking about, football early? How did football career? We understand he has to idolize, some players like Ronaldo of Brazil, Zidane. What do you make of his early life, and how did he shape his career?
As an average African, and with the family he was born into, he understood that, picking a career in football will automatically eradicate or possibly take away poverty from. Idolize Ronaldo dilemma of Brazil, Zinedine Zidane of France, and I think this also helped him in shaping him up. Because one, if you idolize anyone, you try to work hard to be like the person, or possibly have a replicant of the person in that field you've chosen. And Salah has been able to demonstrate high level of consistency in the EPL. He was born in 1992 to average Egyptian parents, and he saw himself as, I want to play football, and he enrolled in the, I think, Macau youth team at the age of 14, and that also helped him. Football academies are always good. They teach you the basic skills of football, the trapping, the shooting, and control is one of the most important thing in football, because if you can't control a ball at a very or possibly a ball that is coming in a very high velocity, that means you're not a good footballer. And that actually singled out the likes of Dimitar Berbatov and the rest of them. Footballers see football is nothing to them, and Salah has been able to show that. He watched the match, he has been the games he has been playing for Liverpool. You just see that this guy is an exceptional talent, and he's still going to play good football. I think definitely is 30 something. So I see him playing up to 40 with the rate at
as an African player.
Yes. What do you mean by an African player? What do you mean by an African player? If not for the fact that, the economic hardship most especially affects, the parental, you intend to take good care of the parents. Everybody tend to fall back at you. Africans have this unique energy in them, and Salah is demonstrating it. Salah is the next of this Cameroonian legend, went to World Cup and scored at the age of 40-something. I think Roger Miller, right?
Yeah, Roger Miller.
Yeah, that shows the quality of Africa. It's just unfortunate that Africa has not been able to live to the World Cup, which is the priority. But I think Africa will get to that. And Salah is one clear example of great. Try as much as possible to encourage him as an African to say, "Oh, go! We know you can do it."
All right, so still talking about Salah's early life. He joined the Egyptian club Carlon's youth team at the age of 14, and debuted with the club senior team in 2010. Salah's speed and scoring abilities soon caught the attention of the Swiss club FC Basel, which signed him to a contract in 2012. He helped lead FC Basel to the Swiss Super League title and an appearance in the Union of European Football Associations. That's the Europa League semi-final in 2012 and 2013. Now, that season, he received the Swiss Golden Player Award as the Super League's outstanding player. And that also brings me to the question, what was the outstanding features in Salah's amateur career, because he didn't even getting down to some of these clubs like the Barca we talked about. He started, of course, banging the goals, and that's what the man has been known for even till today. So take a look at his amateur career. What was the outstanding features probably you saw?
His speed.
His speed.
Salah was so electrifying in the field of play. You can easily get to the speed of Salah in the field of play. If you are not a good defender, you can't curtail Salah. You can't. And Salah has demonstrated that his speed is one of his major weapons, and he's using it very well. And he has good dribbling skill. His football control, as I said, his dribbling skill is astonished. And he has been able to maintain that level, that momentum. It was just a temporary setback when he left Basel. But I feel Salah has demonstrated that, see, I am a unique player. I was born to play this football, and I'm doing it perfectly. And Salah is doing it perfectly, I must tell you. If you watch Salah, especially their last match against Liverpool, against that should be
I think they won the last game. That was against Manchester City.
No, against they played another Newcastle.
Okay, Newcastle.
You need to see the way Salah was busy playing football, as if football meant that others were struggling, but he was playing football with a pace of ease, and I love that. Football should be enjoyed by players and not being reckless on the field, trying to take out the other player, trying to send them to injury of 6-10 months. No, but Salah played good football, and he has demonstrated over the years that my dribbling skills are not flukes. These are skills endowed to me by he's a Muslim, so endowed to him by Allah. And he has been able to demonstrate that in the field of play. He did that in Barca. His speed, as a young player then in Barca, his speed contributed mostly to what he was enjoying. And that also prompted the likes of, I think we'll get to that place.
Yeah, definitely.
To go for him. So I think Salah, as an African, is doing well. And as a professional footballer, is doing absolutely well.
All right, at this point, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back for the break. We'll try to welcome our second guest on the show. Then we'll dive straight into the professional career of Mohamed Salah. A lot to unravel about the man. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back. Steve Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network, and we'll bring you the latest revolving, of course, around the world of sport. And this time we're talking about the life of Mohamed Salah. You know how he started his football career, and as well, where he is and what he's about to achieve as a star. We're told, of course, he is the first Premier League player in this league to score at least 40 goals in 2 different seasons. Impressive, stats. And joining us as well to take a look at the life of Mohamed Salah is one man, of course, who knows him so well, Rex Epele. Good morning to you and welcome to the show, Rex.
Good morning to you, Kingsley. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right, we'll be talking about Salah. We talked about his amateur career, how he started, and now I want to talk about his professional career. We understand that Salah was transferred to Chelsea Football Club for the English Premier League in January 2014, where he struggled initially despite high expectation. Now, he started in only 6 Premier League matches with the club before he was loaned to Fiorentina of Italy's top league Serie A in February 2015. And Rex, that brings me to the question: why did Salah struggle? What was the reason for the struggle for him at Chelsea Football Club? We understand during his amateur days, especially in Barcelona, he had a very impressive performance. But going down to Chelsea, when there were higher expectations from him, we didn't see that high level of performance anymore. Why the struggle?
At that level of his career, there's a stage you evolve in football, and that evolving stage, I think he was brought to the Premier League with the Chelsea Football Club. And there were a lot of competitors at that time. There was Eden Hazard at that time. There was Andre Schroll. There was Oscar. So these are people competing with him at a very high level. So you don't expect Jose Mourinho was the gaffer at the club at that time. So the competition level was too high for him. So he wasn't having as much playing time as expected. And in every player's life, it comes at a stage where you have to evolve. I think that's why he was sent on loan to Fiorentina. And going to Fiorentina, and also moving to Roma, he started picking up, getting back to his feet. I think that's where he now exploded and became a powerful player in the world.
Also, look at the Salah struggle at Chelsea. Was it as a result of high level of competitiveness in the Premier League?
I think he wasn't given much playing chance, as Epele rightly said. Because one, you see the caliber of players before he was bought, the likes of Andre Shaw, Andy Hazard, Oscar. Even I think Williams was also there. So the competition was extremely high. And Salah, as a young player coming in from Basel in Swiss League, I think, and Mourinho is this kind of coach that expects you to perform immediately. You must give him that result. If you don't give him that result, he will just be like, oh, you are not in my standard. And that was what happened. The expectation was high. Salah wasn't getting the much playing chance he needed. And besides, he was as Epele said, involving in football. And a young man moving from a club from Switzerland down to English Premier League. And English Premier League is one of the most watched football competition in the world. Everybody tend to concentrate on there. So on how you just fail to lift the expectation in just 2 matches, you have been tagged a flop. And at the end of the day, if you don't make it out of that, being the 3rd match, it automatically means that, oh, this guy is not good for us. I can still recall vividly in a match where Lionel Messi dealt with Belarus. Mourinho just brought him. It was just less than 2 minutes and Mourinho took him off. That is Mourinho's standard. You must be up to that standard. If you are not, that means he will lay you up. Mikel Obi happens to be a practical example. He wanted to send Mikel Obi on loan, and Mikel made a special request. Okay, let me be a backup player to Michael Ballack. I think that was, Michael Essien. And he said, no, you are an offensive midfielder. How do you intend to adapt to that place? And Mikel Obi was subjected to play as a defensive midfielder in Chelsea. Upon starting from that defensive midfielder, he was always red-carded because that wasn't his comfortable zone. So that was what Salah faced. If Salah was changed to another wing, he wouldn't have been this prolific he is today, because maybe he would have faded away. But Salah was allowed to flourish in his wing, and looking for that playing opportunity, he was loaned to Fiorentina. And when he went to Fiorentina, he did well, and that prompted Roma to take him on loan.
All right, okay, let's quickly take a look at what really happened. We understand that Salah's play improved dramatically after his move, of course, to the Italian league. And later that year, Chelsea loaned him to another Serie A team, that's AS Roma. And he completed a permanent transfer to AS Roma before the 2016 and 2017 season. And during that season, he recorded 19 goals and 13 assists and was chosen as AS Roma Player of the Year. And of course, one want to ask what led to his impeccable performance in the Italian Serie A after a loan move, of course, from Chelsea, Rex Epele.
Yeah, like my colleague just said, I think it's more like the playing time he got because football requires playing time. When you play regularly, you tend to improve in your skills, in your passing, in your shooting, in your accuracy.
I think you started gaining back confidence.
Confidence level started increasing. I think that's what led to his performance in Roma. And I think before you know it, the Premier League became a hunt for the Premier League again.
Sure.
Definitely, when he played out, just like what happened to Lukaku. Lukaku had a lot of playing time is it Inter Milan or so? So he got that confidence back, and before you know, he became a hot kick for the Premier League. I think that's what happened to Salah at this point.
All right, Salah returned to the Premier League in July 2017 after signing to play for Liverpool, and he netted an astonishing 32 goals in the Premier League matches in 2017 and 2018 season, setting a Premier League record for the most goals scored by a player during a single 38-game season. So at this time, he returned to England, and of course, had his return to England was very, very impressive with Liverpool. So what really changed at the moment? Understand his first, acting in England with Chelsea wasn't good. Went down to Italy, was able to play for two sides, Fiorentina, AS Roma, had a very impressive performance, and came down to, of course, back to England. This time not for Chelsea anymore, for Liverpool, and of course he still continued with that level of performance we saw in Italy. So what changed, Otto Lugard?
I think what changed was him being given that playing chance, as he said, and secondly, he was now meant to understand that you are one of our key players. You see, confidence comes with regular playing. Then I will use myself as an example. I was playing for my school team in KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay. I wasn't scoring goals. And my coach will always say, God's time, I see you as a very good player. All what I need from you is just a goal, and the spirit will come. And it happened. When I banged in the first goal, it was like, oh, I can do it more. And I did it. Week in, week out, it was like just a normal routine. And that is what happened to Mo Salah. He was given the opportunity by the coach, and the coach told him, see, you are one of my key players. And I'm telling you, go into the field, play the football, deliver the goods. And Salah did it. See, if you are given an opportunity to excel in your workplace, and you are told, please deliver this job, and let this job be perfect, you are given a free hand. You are always asked to deliver, and when you bring the work, it's either you are being scrutinized or they tell you that this work is perfect. So in the way that you are being scrutinized, you are getting that needed environment to improve. And Salah was scrutinizing Chelsea. I must tell you the truth, he was, because when he was at Barca, the life was luxury. He was playing week in, week out. He was scoring goals. He even made Barca to have a very good season when he was there. And at the end of the day, he moved to Chelsea. Coming to Chelsea, the training facilities, the coach, the environment, everything was different. And nobody sees him as a major figure the way he was being noted in Basel, in Switzerland. Now he's going to build himself to that particular figure he intends to be. And at the end of the day, Chelsea didn't allow him to build himself to that figure. He left to Fiorentina. And Fiorentina told him, see, Now you are our key player. We bought you from EPL, precisely Chelsea, and you cost Chelsea a fortune. So please give us these goals. And he delivered because the environment was conducive. People there were supportive. They gave him that room for improvement and said, go in, do your thing. And he did it. Roma saw the good side of Salah and took him. And you know, Italian league brings out the best in you. Italian league makes you strong in the field of play, whether I like it or not. Italian league is one of the most physical league in the world. It gives you that confidence. You know, Obafemi Martins.
More physical than the Premier League?
Yes.
No, I will contradict that, knowing fully well that before, during the days of the Gattuso, the Del Piero, the Camoranesi, and the rest of them, Italian league used to be known for its physicality. The Jagstam, and we saw how physical the league. In fact, for you to play about 10 matches in the Italian league, it was a problem with that injury. We saw how the likes of Zinedine Zidane, how it happened to him. He was always getting, Zidane hardly plays 10 matches in Juventus without getting injured. So it was that bad. But I think along the line, the trends changed, or the trajectory changed, because the Premier League became more physical, more tough. Like the pace, the intensity became so high that if you're good in other leagues, even those coming from the Brazilian leagues, the North American leagues, find it difficult to even cope in the Premier League, because the pace is there, the physicality is there. I think things have evolved over time, so we should not go back to that era where we begin to say that the Italian league is
more physical than the Premier League.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's an oversight.
I don't think it's an oversight. Maybe to you feel the English league is more physical than, but for me, I feel the English league is more tactical than the physical side you are talking about. Yeah, to me. You understand? But that aside, I think Salah improved so much in the Italian league, and that confidence was also imposed. It was reposed on him when he now came to Liverpool. Liverpool gave him the opportunity, gave him the room to improve, gave him they just said go in and play a football, and he delivered the goals, 32 goals. He broke the record of Thierry Henry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for a single player to score 32 goals in EPL season. Yes, and I must tell you, he's astonished.
All right, you know, still down there in Liverpool, he received the Golden Boots as the Premier League top scorer, and that season he also led Liverpool to the UEFA Champions League final, where the team lost to Real Madrid 3-1. And of course, Salah would receive the Golden Boot again during the 2018, 2019, and 2021 and 2022 season. And Salah finished the season with an overall tally of 44 goals in all competitions, and he garnered the Premier League Player of the Season award in May 2018, and he was only the third Liverpool player and the first Egyptian to receive that honor. And Salah helped Liverpool secure the Champions League title in 2019, securing on an early penalty kick during the team's 2-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspur in the final match. And Salah was again Liverpool top scorer in 2019 and 2020 season, and he made 19 goals and 10 assists that season as the team captured the Premier League title. Pele, impressive performance, you know, high level of, you know, goal scoring, and I asked, what is the inspiration behind the goal scoring prowess of Mohamed Salah?
I think he has a lot of personal abilities. You know, this is somebody who I've seen. He has a eccentric pace. He's pacey. He can dribble very well. I think that's his core talent. You know, he has that in his personal ability. He has the personal ability to do a lot as a key player. Then away from that, people just shy away from that. Salah is good, but they didn't look at the partnership, the formidable partnership with Mane and Roberto Firmino. When he came to Liverpool, when Jurgen Klopp was at the helm of affairs, and we all know Klopp as one of the most tactical and experienced gaffer in the game of football. So Klopp made sure that this partnership between Mane, Roberto Firmino, and himself became fruitful. he was operating from the right hand side. Mane was operating from the left.
Yeah.
Roberto Firmino as a centre forward. So their partnership yielded a lot of goals. They even went as far as I think dominating the Champions League at a point. You know, so that tells a lot. At that point, it shows that not just Salah. Football is a collective game. We've seen in football where we had the MSN, the Messi, the Suarez, and the Neymar.
Yeah.
We also saw at the point we had the BBC, the Benzema, the Bale, and the Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So this partnership worked well. So I think not just Salah alone, the whole team, like they did a lot of work
contributed
together.
To
they contributed
the
to
goals.
his success, and I think that's what raised his profile up in the Premier League.
All right, so as of December 29, 2024, Salah netted 231 goals in 375 matches for Liverpool, most recently scoring in the Reds' 5-goal thrashing of West Ham United to close out 2024 top of the Premier League table, after scoring twice and setting up 2 in the resounding 6-3 victory over Tottenham Hotspur on December 22nd, 2024. The forward became the quickest to hit double figures for goals and assists before Christmas. Now, Salah has since added 2 goals and a pair of assists to end 2024 with 17 top-flight goals and 13 assists in the 2024 and 2025 season. Now, this season, Salah has scored 25 goals, for Liverpool, and with that combined goals and assists tally stand at 42 this season, putting him within reach of another significant milestone. Now, the record for most goal contributions in a single Premier League season is 47, achieved by Alan Shearer, of course, who plays for Blackburn then, and Andy Cole of Newcastle during 42-game seasons. For a 38-match season, the highest total is 44, and achieved by Thierry Henry. That was in 2002 and 2003 season, 24 goals and 20 assists. And Haaland 2 seasons ago, 36 goals, 8 assists. Now, if Salah maintains his record, his current form, he could challenge or even surpass this modern era record before the season end. And I come to you to look at, is this possible?
Absolutely, it's possible. If you watch the football Liverpool is playing now under an Arsenal, it just shows that they are capable of doing anything. And Salah is their main man. They are pushing him to achieve some record and break some record. And Salah is not resting on his eyes, knowing fully well that he ought to have gotten this record. For the 38th match, Thierry Henry is having the highest goal contribution, 23 goals, right?
20 assists.
And 20 assists. And that is exceptional, for Thierry Henry. But now, Mo Salah is already 42. 42. That shows that before the end of the season, he will break the record. He will. Because we still have about 10 matches, right? To
More
go.
than 10 matches, I think.
Yeah.
More than 10 matches.
Yeah, so Mo Salah, except injury comes in, which I don't pray for him to be injured. So if he's not injured, definitely Mo Salah will break the record.
Now, it is no surprise as well that Salah is being talked about as a potential winner of the Ballon d'Or award, to the best footballer in the world this season. And the only African player that has won that is George Weah. I think he did that in 1995, with AC Milan. This is another impeccable season for Mohamed Salah. Rex, do you think Salah can, lay his hand on the Ballon d'Or award?
Well, first of all, I want to say that the Ballon d'Or is an award that is a bit controversial. We saw what happened last year, the Vinicius Juniors saga and the Manchester City midfielder Rodri. The saga. People were advocating for Vinicius Juniors and and before you know, Rodri scooped the award.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of saga. We saw when Schneider was there for the Ballon d'Or. Before you know, they gave it to, I think, Messi. We've seen cases where Xavi was also there at some point, and we've also seen cases of Thierry Henry not even winning the Ballon d'Or. So the Ballon d'Or, to me, is more like an individual accolades, individual award. But looking at the way Salah is going this season, he has done well for himself. The stats are speaking for him.
Yeah.
I think if Liverpool goes as far as winning the Premier League, which I think they will, because I don't see Arsenal chasing them down the line. And they will also look at the Champions League. If they go as far as winning the Champions League and he improves on his stats, I don't see.
What about the African Cup of Nations?
Yes, African Cup of Nations could be
very, very important.
Is very, very important.
Because even Rodri was talking about what really give him an edge for winning the Ballon d'Or was the Heroes.
Sorry. I think the African Cup of Nations will come after that award. I think the award is actually November, right?
November.
And the African Cup of Nations is December. Yes.
Okay. So that might not be included for
yes.
For this year, because the Ballon d'Or is given to the best player for that calendar year. But the stats, like I said, the stats are in his favor. If he goes as far as winning the Champions League, which the Premier League to me is done and dusted for him, it's just to improve on his stats. I think he has a strong chance, and it will be a good thing for Africa that after George Weah, we have another player that can be able to break that jinx, that can be able to carry Africans along in pride in football, and I think that will also go a long way in boosting the high egos of Africa, that we have a footballer,
another Ballon d'Or
winner in the person of
Mohamed Salah. Of course, that will give the African Cup of Nations a very high prestige. You know, a lot of talks about the African Cup of Nations of not being a major tournament, of recent. But let's stay away from that. I was still talking about Mohamed Salah. We hear that there's been a significant speculation about his potential departure from the club. That's Liverpool. His current contract with the Reds expire in the summer of 2025. And as of December 29-2024, no agreement has been reached to renew the forward expiring deal. And Salah gave an interview after Liverpool 3-2 win over Southampton on November 24, 2024, hinting at a possible departure. And he also expressed disappointment at not receiving a contract extension offer from the club. Otulugat, what do you make of this situation now? Should Salah renew his contract at Liverpool, or it's time for him to leave? I
don't think I am in the best position to say he should renew or not to renew. Liverpool is a club that is run by a good management, so they are in control, they are in charge, they know what they want. But you should understand that the teams in England are always finding it difficult to extend the contract of a 30 plus player, because a 30 years plus player, because they feel the output might drop, or it might just be trickling down. So for Liverpool, they should look at what is available to them. Mo Salah has demonstrated high level of consistency, and he has shown that his quality is not just a fluke. So Liverpool should try as much as possible to sort the contract issue out, if they want to give him an extension of a year. But for his contribution to the club, I think 2 years wouldn't be a bad one.
2 years contract?
Yes.
For players at
he's 30 years plus.
Looking at his age, Salah is 32 years. I think he was born 15th June
1992.
So he's 32 years. And one thing about African players, I keep saying is, football is not like a pensionable job where you can say, okay, after playing and you retire, the club still pays you pension. Sorry.
You say it's not a pensionable job, but you know that the 3 Lions of England, if you play for the national team of England, you are being paid pension.
Because they have a
that's England now.
No, I am trying to.
But that's England.
I know. I am just trying to say that there is a pension, even if it's not obtainable here. But there is a pension.
Yeah, I'm being generic.
Okay.
I'm being generic on a broader scale.
Okay.
How many Nigerian footballers are being paid pension?
No. I wasn't objecting you. I was just telling you that there is pension somewhere in football.
Yeah, because sometimes you see players retire and they keep complaining that we are being owed allowances, we are being owed salaries and all that. So I think that it's an opportunity for Salah. I'm not in the best position to speak for him. He's at the peak of his career. So this is unfortunate. We have the Saudi clubs. These are big money clubs.
Yeah.
That's why, look at Sadio Mane. Look at the rest of them. You think they go to Saudi Arabia just for fun? They go for money. So I think this is an opportunity he has to make all the money he wants to make. So if he doesn't
before he
use
retires,
that is it. Because if you don't use it well, and before you know it, you go down the line, or you go down the performance below your performance mark. You see that Liverpool will be fed up of it, because clubs don't remember the past; they remember the present. You play in a club, once you start flopping, or you start, before you know, the fans starts booing you.
True.
It happens to Cristiano Ronaldo, even sometimes to Messi.
He has done his best, and it's better, of course, he live on a high.
That is it.
Now that you know, the fans, of course, are giving him all the cheering and all of that.
That is
and
it.
moving probably to any team now, they won't pay him less because of his level of form.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
But I don't know. He has been in Liverpool for about 8 years now, if not more than that. I don't know if maybe he still wants to play for them, but I think that is his decision to take for Liverpool.
And sometimes I dig deep into players' salary wage. I look at his salary wage. He doesn't earn up to more than 350,000 euros or so in a week. Tell me that's too poor for a player like
and the highest paid player in the Premier League is Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
He ends up to, I think, 500,000 pounds a week.
Look at Mane.
So Salah and Haaland, who is supposed to earn more?
Mane had that same issue with Liverpool. That's why he left to Bayern Munich. Unfortunately, Bayern wasn't really the ideal club for him, so he had to pull out and he left to Saudi. But I think that money plays a key role in African players, because normally African players don't even go with their age. Let's be factual.
No. Please, no. I tend to disagree with you on that. You don't say African players don't go with their age. If you say there is controversy in the age of African players, yes, I will agree with you. But for you to bluntly say, yes, thank you. You shouldn't cast aspersion on African players. I'm an African, and I hold Africa to a high esteem.
All right, okay. All right, so that's it. We wait to see if Mohamed Salah, of course, will leave Liverpool, at the end of the day, or probably he will sign a contract extension with the side. Well, let's talk about his national team prowess. We understand, in addition to his success with professional club, Salah was a driving force on the Egyptian national team after initially playing on Egypt's under-20 and under-23 team. Salah made the first of his many appearances with the senior national squad. I was in 2011, and he led the team to the 2017 African Cup of Nations final, where Egypt lost to Cameroon 2-1. Later that year, he helped Egypt qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. It was the first time that Egypt had qualified for the tournament since 1990. And Salah scored 2 goals in Egypt's 3 World Cup matches in Russia, though the team failed to advance past the tournament.
He was injured in one of the matches.
Definitely. Salah and Egypt returned to the African Cup of Nations in 2021, where they finished in second place after losing to Senegal 4-2 in the tournament's final game. Now, following his performances at the 2012 Summer Olympics, he was named CAF Most Promising African Talent of the Year. Since then, he finished as runner-up in the 2017 and 2021 African Cup of Nations and was top scorer during CAF qualification as Egypt qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And Salah was named CAF African Footballer of the Year. The man has been, of course, given this award in so many occasions. But to look at, what do you make of his prowess with his national team, talking about Egypt?
He has done well, because Egypt has found it very difficult to qualify for World Cup. He came, and there was room for them to qualify. The possibility was there. You see, I think Mo Salah has been able to show his ability and capability both on the national team and club level. So for me, on the national team, he has done quite well for himself. What is missing there, I think, is African Cup of Nations in his lorry, right?
Has he not won it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he hasn't won it. I think he has been there twice, defeated by Senegal, by Mane. I think I watched that one. It was so pathetic for him at that point. But I think he has.
Egypt has they've won the African Cup of Nations, I think, more than even any other African country.
Yeah.
But was Mo Salah in the squad? That is the question.
Yeah, wasn't.
There was a time in Africa, Egypt was dominating the African football, even with their local talents.
Because they have a very good
they
league.
play Nigeria, they messed Nigeria up over and over again even with the local talent. So I think Egypt, when it comes to African football, they are not pushovers. But Salah has not won the Nations Cup, I think so. But and I don't see him winning the Nations Cup. But I'm not praying for him not to win it. Teams are much more formidable right now in Africa. So, but I think that for the Egypt national team, he has done so well. This is somebody who went to the Olympics in 2012, and he became the most promising talent. He was given that award at that Olympics. So he has done so well. Look at what happened to the last Nations Cup. You know, we all saw it. He wasn't fit enough. As soon as he got injured, the Egyptians, it's as if they lost that spark, they lost that rhythm. He was just there on the bench, encouraging them, but they could not do more than that. So I think Salah has been an integral player in Egypt, and also a part of African football, a face in African football.
Also, look at, is it the best the Egyptian national team has produced?
I don't think so. In the national setting of Egyptian football, I don't think Mo Salah is the best they have been able to produce. I am talking about the performance on the national team. I'm not talking about the overall performance of a player, an individual player. Because Mohamed I think
Hossan Hassan.
Yes, we was yes. So I don't think Mo Salah is the most the best in Egyptian national team. I don't think so.
You talk about the man you mentioned, Rest. You know, Salah is second behind Egypt's record goal scorer. That's Hossan Hassan, who netted 69 goals in 177 appearances. And he needs 10 goals to equal the record and 11 to supplant Hassan at this point in time. You think this would be an easy one as well?
Yes, I think
to surpass that record.
I think so. He can, because the Nations Cup is coming by the way. We still have some World Cup qualifiers also coming. So it's just for him to keep banging the goals, keep bringing, putting more effort to get the assist and all that. And I see him surpassing it. It might take up to 10-15 games, and you just see him surpass that record and become the best player in Egypt.
All right, let's see how it goes. And talking about money, the man has a lot of money. According to Forbes, Mohamed Salah's net worth is estimated to be $53 million. This impressive wealth comes from his lucrative football career and various endorsement deals. Now, Salah is one of the highest paid players in the Premier League, with an annual salary estimated at $35 million. That's about 29 million pounds. He has lucrative endorsement deals with so many brands, you know, at the moment. But let's see if we can dash straight, of course, to his personal life. We understand Mohamed Salah's wife is Maggie Sadiq, the childhood sweethearts, married in 2013 and have two daughters, Maka and Kayan. Maggie holds a degree in biotechnology from Alexandria University and is involved in charitable work in Egypt, focusing on improving education and healthcare in their village. Mohamed Salah is a devout Muslim, as expressed publicly, and he frequently performed his sujood, that's prostration, after scoring a goal. All right, impressive one about Mohamed Salah this morning. But gentlemen, before we go, Rest, where do you see Mohamed Salah in the next 2 years from now?
Well, I wish him the best, and I want him to be the best in the world. Because if he goes as far as winning the Ballon d'Or and winning the Champions League, and also the EPL, to me, is done and dusted for him this season. I think he's going to be a strong representation in Africa, all over the world. Also, look at. Where do you see Salah?
Already, Salah is an ambassador of African football. Okay. So, and I pray that the Ballon d'Or cements it for him. Because if he gets it, automatically he has written his name in gold.
Definitely. All right, we'll hope and we'll pray that Salah gets the Ballon d'Or award this time around. Special thanks to Rex and Pele. Special thanks to Lugat for doing justice on the show this morning. Sport personality will come your way next week, Saturday. But before then, do want to join us by 6 p.m. on Sport Extraordinary as we bring the latest revolving around the beautiful world of sport once again. Go down to our different social media handle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Of course, the conversation continues right there. My name is Kingsley Emmanuel. Thanks for watching.